Alright, so we are in Kangaroo Valley on the south coast of New South Wales. We're going to put the kayaks in on Tallowa Dam Wall, and, well, not on the wall, but at the wall, and we're going to head 15 kilometres up the Shoalhaven River in the Shoalhaven Gorge and hopefully get to Fossickers Flat. We're not in the speediest kayaks, they're more designed for fishing, so I guess you would say it would normally be about 3 hours to do 15 Ks.
Something like that.
But in these kayaks we're maybe thinking it's going to be 4 or 5.
We have allowed for 4 and a half.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock already, it's noon already.
So it probably should get a wriggle on.
If we want to get to our camp spot before dark and get everything set up.
Speaking of set up, we were a bit rushed this morning, a bit busy, had a lot of things to deal with, especially with the young ones.
No. We wanted to show them what they could do last minute.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
These are good. These
Dinner.
are dinner. Yeah, sorted. You know, minimal packaging. What's there, you know, weight-wise, it's nearly all food. Perfect. Packaging breaks down, you can bring it home easy. Muesli bars, always good. Like calorie density, always good. They're not great. They're lightweight, but they're a lot of air and packaging to food ratio. But
they can also break down very easy, so you're not carrying a lot of rubbish with you.
Because we're not hiking today, we can afford some luxuries in the kayak. So that would be one of the luxuries, I guess. And the wheat bix are always great.
How many do you do?
More than Tim Cahill.
Yeah. Can't bang him in like him though.
Fair. Soy milk. You can get long life milk as well, if you prefer cow. These are good though, because either these are the long life. They don't need to be super cold, so they're good. And we do normally go a little bit more high class on the coffee.
Yeah,
both being baristas.
Working as baristas, yeah, we tend to like our espressos a bit nicer, but this is going to have to do for the time being. One of those things that you just can't go without.
Yeah, I'd rather have this than nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Speaking of things you can't go without.
It's not an adventure with the boys unless you have a few tinnies.
To be fair, we do normally go without if we're doing a hike or something like that.
They're quite heavy and there's not much space to carry them if you are carrying them normally. But luckily we've got some dry storage in the kayaks, which should give us a bit more room for a
little bit more luxury room.
Luxury items, that's what you do.
We've got a few luxury items.
The most important part.
Yes. I lost my lures. Moved house recently. Lost my lures. Don't know where they are. Quickly ran out to the local tackle store. Always support your local tackle store if you can.
That could also provide dinner.
Went and got this. It's a Bassman, Tiemco soft shell cicada. Hopefully we can get a bass up there. We don't necessarily, with all that food we got, we don't necessarily need to catch and cook. Would be cool. We might just catch and kiss though. I do love my bass, and I know that where we're going they stock the bass. The local bass club actually pays to put the bass in there, so I do like to put them back when we can. If we're not in a real survival situation. One lure, hopefully it does the job. So yes, should be a good trip, but we better get going.
It's just gone 12, I think it's time we hit the road.
Do it.
We've checked the weather and it says it's meant to be clear all weekend, but these clouds look a bit menacing, so we could be in a bit of trouble. But I guess that just adds to the intensity of the situation.
So we still haven't left the dam wall yet. Sam thought now would be a good time to let me know that he's afraid of kayaks. Great deep fear. So we had to put our heads down there. We had the wind just bucketing into us, and with all this gear in the back of the kayaks and in the front of the kayaks, and in these wide fishing kayaks, it was really tough going. We finally got a bit more of that dark, black, inky water, finding it a bit easier going, but at this rate we are getting nowhere near Fossickers. Sun's out, guns out. So we've just come past the dead forest in Tallowa Dam, which is where, when they dammed off Tallowa from the Shoalhaven River, it turned the Shoalhaven River literally into Tallowa Dam, and it flooded the banks here. And the dead forest, the standing timber, is what was left of a much narrower river. The haunted forest.
Perfect Halloween.
Yeah. Halloween weekend, we're at the haunted forest. Spooky. My upper lip is so much sweatier than the rest of my face, and I just don't know why.
I wonder why. Yeah, the boys. So I've just stopped off for some lunch. We found a little grassy knoll on the edge of the bank here. Gonna reapply some sunscreen, have a bit to eat, and then keep heading up.
Remember to be sun safe, kids. Don't be like Lobster over there. Put the long sleeve t-shirt on.
So we left Tallowa Dam at about 1:15. It's now 3:30 and we're just under halfway there. So you have roughly about 7 k's to go. Probably a bit more than that, maybe more like 8. But we've still got plenty of light, and the water has calmed down, the wind's calmed down as well. So I think we're better off just get in there, smash it out, and see how quickly we can get there. Alex has got a hook. He's got one. First catch of the day, mate.
Dirty big carp by the look of it. Got a bit of go in him.
He's feisty.
I'm gonna let him have his run. He'll either spit the lure, which will be good for me, or he'll be tired by the time we get him to the bank.
But as you can see, we've hit our first set of rapids. So we have successfully gone up probably only 14 k's.
Probably not quite at Fossickers yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going on a big run.
I think Fossickers is probably on the other side, probably just up there somewhere. But obviously we can't get there by canoe. We're going to have a bit of a hike up there tomorrow and actually have a gaze and see if we can scrounge something up. But this bugger, he's still going.
We saw a bunch, as we were coming up to these rapids just here, we saw a bunch of bass and carp sitting here, big bass, just sitting here at the rapids, almost as if they're sitting here waiting to get back up in the first decent rain we get, because we have not had rain for months. So I think they're all sitting here waiting for a decent rain, and we're picking them off. Unfortunately, my first pick was a carp. Oh! The unfortunate thing about this species is that they're just running rampant. They're not a native. They're from the UK, I believe, and they're just running rampant in our waterways, eating small natives, and just taking a lot of the food and habitat off the native fish. So you are actually required to kill these fish if you catch them. It's just the way it is. They're actually a pest. So unfortunately, this guy has to go. We may as well do it as humanely as possible. Dirty big carp rings, and one sitting on the one to the left. So the only real flat spot is up there where we've got the bags. And with no trees in sight, we're making an extremely long ridge line down to this tree here. But as you can see, we're not quite going to make it. So done a bit of MacGyvering. I've gone the thongs. I'm going to use a shoelace. So here we go. So here's home for the night. We've got our silky saw to cut the timber, Helinox chair to sit in and have a Canadian club later, Tasmanian tiger bag that we brought everything with, DD hammock and the cedar summit, bug tent underneath, the fire started by Sam, and this beautiful waterway courtesy of the Shoalhaven.
So we bring this guy, he's a water filtration bottle. So basically it helps you filter any sort of water, so we can grab water from the river and filter it through this bottle, and it is then safe to drink. Just straight from the bottle, nothing else needed, no boiling, nothing like that. Definitely helpful in survival situations if it came to it. The only problem is though, there's no way to filter through this to make cooking water. So if you are thinking of getting something like this, maybe do a bit of research, look around and see if you can find something that helps filter for cooking, because this can be a bit awkward as you can only drink out of it because it requires suction from the mouth. But definitely a must-have when you're on an adventure, especially like we did today. It's all day, we could only carry a limited amount of water in the kayaks, and yeah, this provides us unlimited water to drink, so we will definitely not run out of it, and we won't die of thirst. So yeah, dinner time out here on the river. So we just had a nice little experience with a animal of some sort up the top of this cliff face, jumping around, which caused a bit of a rock slide.
And we did not know what size the rocks were, how far away they were. We could just hear them getting closer, so we just kind of jumped over the fire.
We're trying to have a nice cup of tea. We lobbed the fire, lobbed the bloody top rope for our tent, and just hit the sand because there was more than one flying at us just then.
And we were just going to kind of go that way until we were out of its way. Thankfully it didn't even make it to the camp, but that will be dodgy as when we are in that tent later if that happens again.
So just trying to make a cup of tea, and it's starting to rain on us. So hopefully we can get that done before it starts coming down any heavier. Hopefully it just crosses right over. Geez mate, never too far off the beaten track to have a cup of tea. We're currently eyeing off a fox.
It's not a fox, it's a dingo.
Or a dingo. It's sort of just here. It's moving.
But it's definitely moving like a dingo, not a fox, and it is not scared of us.
Scared of us. I'll try zoom in and see if I can get some reflection of his eyes. There he is. He's just coming out from behind the tree. He's just... I think he's just trying to scope out what we're doing. Not getting much footage. Can't really see him. If he does turn towards us again, I might be able to get...
Keep a light on him.
Definitely scoping.
And there's definitely other noises.
Yep. I can't... The camera's not picking up the glare of his eyes, but he's looking directly at me. He's literally right there. Holy fuck. So we've been here for probably 10 minutes straight, eyeing off this dog, and it's not moving. It is genuinely just got some higher ground and is staring at us. We're thinking of hiking everything back up into the kayak, moving downstream a bit where there's more people, a couple of different fires. Here he goes, he's on the move again. I can't see shit now because there's so much smoke. But that's the plan. He's coming.
He's coming back.
He's moving down, bro.
Where's that fucking axe? The sooner we pack up, the better, I think, Sam.
Yep.
I honestly think just
There he is.
stuff.
There he is.
He's coming back. Fast.
He really is eyeing us off. Why has he come back?
I'm getting nowhere. We don't even have any good smelling food.
Yeah, it's not even like we can just chuck in some sausages. So we got in our canoes and we canoed about probably 1 or 2 k's downstream. We're gonna set up again and get this show on the road. We got our tarp up. Finally got some beds laid down. Perfect time to crack open delayed CC and get a good night's rest.
Product placement.
Just having our morning coffee. Not a bad view. So we've just followed this little inlet in from the main river out there, and we've discovered this little dried up riverbed which probably only flows with heavy rain. So we're going to head up it and see how far we can make up it without getting blocked off.
So in the chaos of last night, managed to lose one of my shoelaces, and so we had to improvise a little bit. I don't mind them. Might do the other one. Kind of handy in a survival situation to have some paracord anyway. I don't know if you can see it up there, but that's the top of the cliff. According to the topo maps, we are probably not even halfway yet. Good hour or so of just walking nearly straight up rocks, and we are sweating like buggery, and we don't have a lot of water on us. I think it might be a come back and do it another time job. Maybe dedicate a whole day to it and camp up the top. That'd be sweet.
So we're just on our way back now, going back through the dead forest for the second time. So that means we're only about 3 or 4 k's away from the dam wall, so let's just gun it for another hour and see how quick we can get there.
We finally made it back. Kayaks are on the roof. We are absolutely pooped.
We definitely made it hard on ourselves with the heavy kayaks and all the gear, but we managed to smash through it. Other than that, it was a pretty successful mission, I reckon.
Sorry for the short outro. We've come out to film this one to tell you that it turns out we had a bit of heat stroke, sunstroke, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we lost a bit of footage on the way home from the kayak downriver. It was very hot and we were just trying to focus on getting there as soon as we could. The trek did definitely take it out of us, so sorry for the lack of footage in that regards, but yeah, we hope you enjoyed. It was an interesting adventure, a good trip for us.
And a bit of decision making too, like we had to make a call, do we stay there or do we get in those kayaks where we knew it was shallow and there was some submerged rocks and sticks as well, and we had to make a call, do we want to do that at 10 o'clock at night, and we did. We think we made the right calls. We did make the right calls because we're still here.
Still here, so. And we did a bit of research afterwards too, and it found out that dingoes are very highly populated in that area. So
not purebred dingoes, no. But and this definitely didn't look like a purebred dingo. It had the short white hair, stumpy sort of tail, a long tail though, not a dock tail, so it was a wild dog, and then like a brown snout.
Could definitely crossbred with some form of wild. Probably was domesticated at one point, but
a farm dog and a dingo or something.
Please subscribe, give us a like, it helps us a lot. As you can see, we're getting more content out there, longer video, a 20-minute video, so
we hope you like the vlog style of it as well.
Yeah, we're going to continue with that, and we're going to put all our energy into making more videos over the summer, so we hope you enjoy it.
Big plans, let's get out there and do it.
See you soon.